Hi guys, and welcome back to a new hands-on video by Mirror Lessons. Today I'm here with a new camera from Leica, and it's actually a very exciting camera. It's the Leica Q, which is a compact camera with a full frame sensor. Actually the first compact camera designed by Leica with a full frame sensor and autofocus. I only had a chance to try it for a little bit, like 1 hour in the press event, which is not a lot to really judge 100% the camera, but I'm really liking what I see so far. So it has a 24 megapixel full frame sensor, which is actually an improvement over the sensor of the Leica M, with better sensitivity, with high ISO capabilities, and you can actually use it at a maximum of 50,000 ISO. And of course at 50,000 ISO you get lots of noise, but up to 6,400 is actually quite good. Even 12,500 is not that bad. And so that's actually an upgrade from the Leica M, which is something that I wasn't expecting to find on this camera. This probably shows that Leica is really keen on making this camera appealing as much as possible. It has a non-removable 28mm prime lens with a fast aperture of 1.7. It seems really sharp at 1.7 already. It seems also to have a nice shallow depth of field, capable of separating the subject from the background quite easily. The bokeh seems really nice as well when you focus closer to your subjects. I took some quick tests also in a backlight situation, and it seems to be very well resistant with flares as well. So I mean, it seems a very nice Leica lens. It has a built-in viewfinder, which is the one right here on the left, and actually it is the viewfinder with the highest resolution on the market. It's 3.68 million dots. It's a very nice viewfinder with a very nice refresh rate as well. It's large enough to actually use it even comfortable with glasses like myself. What's surprising about this camera is actually that it's very fast and reactive. I tried the other X cameras from Leica, which are the APS-C compact cameras. We tried the Leica T. They were okay, but they were a little bit slow concerning the autofocus, concerning the overall speed of the software. When you turn on the camera, it takes a little while to actually activate. And the Leica Q, it's surprisingly really fast, really reactive. The autofocus is actually not bad at all. I mean, of course, I could only try it for a few shots really on the streets and during the press event, but I was surprised. It's definitely faster than a Leica T. It's definitely faster than a Leica X. The main competitor with this camera is obviously the Sony RX1 and RX1R. The Sony RX1 has a 45mm f2 lens designed by Zeiss, but it doesn't have a built-in viewfinder. You actually have to purchase the electronic viewfinder separately, and it's actually an expensive external viewfinder as well. The Leica Q, of course, being a Leica camera, is not cheap. It's around $4,200, but it's actually the cheapest Leica full-frame camera you can get, because you get both the body and the lens with it. So I'm surprised. It feels good in the hand. It really resembles a Leica M with the design. It's very minimalistic, very elegant. It's very well built. The dial, you have an aperture ring on the lens. You have a distance scale on the lens as well. All the buttons on the rear as well. It's very simple. It's very well designed. It works great. Actually, the screen, the LCD screen, is also touch sensitive. So like on the Leica T, you can, for example, choose the F point with the finger. You can also take a picture by simply touching the LCD screen. I mean, there's nothing new that other brands or other cameras have already done with their cameras, but it's nice to see that on a Leica camera you get all these new and modern technology features that actually work well and seem really to work fast. Of course, I have to familiarize a little with all the settings inside the menu. They are similar to other Leica cameras, of course, but you have some additional options and features. I mean, the autofocus, for example, you can choose between single, continuous, you have face detection, and of course you have the Touch IF for the LCD screen that I mentioned earlier. Another interesting thing, it has a macro mode, and the way you actually activate it is quite nice. You basically turn this ring here and when you turn it, it actually changes the distance scales you see on the lens. And so the Leica Q can focus from 17 centimeter to 30 centimeter. One thing that I noticed, like other Leica cameras such as the X series, when you are in macro mode, the fastest aperture is not 1.7, it's actually in this case 2.8, so you can use it faster than 2.8. It's basically Leica don't want you to use it at 1.7 because the performance of the lens then decreases at a closer distance. I think it's a shame a little bit because it would be nice to be able to focus close and use a 1.7, but even at 2.8 I must say that the performance are not bad at all. Of course you can shoot video as well, and you can shoot in Full HD, so 1080 and at 60 frames per second and 30 frames per second. The Leica Q also has Wi-Fi capabilities, and there's actually a new app especially designed for this camera that will be available on iOS and Android devices. A funny feature that this camera has, for example, is that it allows you to crop at an equivalent of 35mm or 50mm. You can actually choose it in the menu. It's called digital zoom, and the live view actually doesn't show you a cropped version of your frame, but instead it shows you the wide frame that every Leica M rangefinder user will recognize, and it shows you the limit of the frame. So when you shoot in crop mode like 45mm or 50mm, of course the camera simply crops the sensor, but you can still have the 28mm angle of view, so you can see what's outside of your frame. So it's kind of a reminder of the rangefinder cameras, even if of course this camera has nothing to do with the rangefinder cameras. On top of the camera you have of course the shutter release button, you have the movie recording button, you have the shutter speed dial, and you have this other dial here that actually works for the exposure compensation, but can also have multiple functions depending on the mode you are with the camera. For example, in playback mode it allows you to zoom in and check the sharpness of your picture. And there is this nice control pad here on the rear that actually allows you to change the IF point, the position of the IF point. And of course here you have all the buttons on the left that are familiar to other Leica cameras, so the playback button, ISO button, the menu button, and you have also a function button here. The camera is light, it's not too heavy, and it's actually quite nice to hold. You don't have a front grip. On the rear you have this nice indent when your thumb can rest. And the grip is not bad at all. Again, it's light, so it's actually nice to hold in comparison to other Leica M cameras. So that's it for a quick hands-on review about the Leica Q. Or if you have any questions about the camera, don't hesitate to leave a comment. Don't hesitate to check out our hands-on review also on eurolesson.com. And stay tuned for the next videos. Thank you for watching. See you next time.